What makes an effective KP2 literacy classroom? And classroom talk, teacher-student, student-teacher, teacher-students interactions. In the first half of this presentation, I will be exploring what literacy is and what makes an effective K2 literacy classroom. Literacy can be defined as the ability to read or write, although when the question "what is literacy" is asked, many people reply with the definition that literacy involves only text-based materials of reading and writing. As it is mentioned in the Literacy in Australia textbook, people often hold on to this explanation as it is a reflection of their own elementary school experience. However, literacy is made up of a combination of text-based materials and online sources. As a child in the 21st century is constantly surrounded by print, audio, and visual technologies. An effective K2 classroom should include a variety of different technologies and materials to encourage the children to explore and relate to the literacy world. According to Flint, Kitson, Lowe, and Shaw, 2001, as children interact with a variety of resources and textual materials, they are able to participate in broader observations of reading and writing. Also in an effective literacy classroom, student readers, sight words, numbers, and the alphabet should be placed around the room at eyesight level. This gives the students reassurance if they are uncertain of an area of their education and allows them to build on their zone of actual development. While the students are learning a particular skill, it is helpful to have visual aids that allow the children to look upon if they become unsure. For example, in the picture shown for the number 2, there are 2 pink bows in the girl's hair, and number 7, there are 7 buttons on the coat. Making the classroom colourful and fun helps encourage a child to engage in their learning, but having the students' work hanging up or posted around the room helps to build their self-esteem and pride in what they are currently learning or have learned. Allowing the children to engage in song or creative activity can help them absorb the information from a different perspective. For example, in the classroom, Kindergarten Red, that I have had placement in, the children all seem to remember the sounds of letters from the Jolly Phonics rhyme they have learned. An example of Jolly Phonics would be kangaroos kissing, cur, cur, cur. By dedicating each student a drawer to keep their own readers, spelling list, or number cards in, it gives the child a sense of responsibility and allows them the chance to become intrinsically motivated and allows them access to numeracy activities that are suitable for their abilities. Through having a teacher that individualises flashcards suitable to the student's capabilities, it gives the teacher time to work one-on-one with the student and keep a portfolio system. By working individually outside the literacy block, it allows the teacher time to progress with the students which are excelling in the classroom or give the teacher a pathway to help scaffolding students. Literacy is especially important in kindergarten to Year 2 classrooms. It helps continuously build young students' vocabularies, which is why reading and writing should be encouraged as often as possible, as it is stated in Developmental Milestones Summary from the Institute for Human Services 1990 and a Child's Developmental Milestones from the Department of Human Resources, accessed in 2013. A child between the ages of 4 and 5 years vocabulary should be over 2,000 words, including adverbs and prepositions, and should understand consecutive concepts, for example, big, bigger, biggest. Continuous testing of readers and sight words are done with a literacy aid or reading recovery aid to maintain and enhance the confidence and improvement on student capabilities. Effective classrooms also take into consideration the background and experience of the students, as they draw on personal experience to relate to what is being taught. While it is important to take the cultural background into into account, it is also important to remember the individual needs of the student. I will now go into detail about classroom talk, teacher-student, student-teacher, and teacher-students interactions. The typical structure of a conversation found in classrooms everywhere is unlike ordinary everyday conversation. Edwards, Groves, Angsty, and Bull 2014 state that the way teaching and learning are played out are because of particular classroom interaction patterns, which in some cases are highly routinized, as they are encountered at any given time in any given lesson. Things such as talk moves, which prompt particular response or next turn, semantic space, the saying, is how teacher and students understand each other and use language. For example, in the classroom, kindergarten read, "I am in for placement," the teacher allows conversation to flow until a mutual understanding is produced. Physical space-time, the doing, and social space-time, the relating, of teacher and student, when implicated in the classroom, help the interaction between teacher and students. For the students to successfully participate in the classroom discussion, they need to understand what is being asked of them, the relevance of the language, and how to personally relate to the conversation. When a teacher reads a story to a small group, then picks a student to recount the story back to the classmates, the teacher is opening the floor for free talk. However, by doing this, the teacher is making sure that the students were listening and that they understood what was being said. This is also a form of semantic space. The IRE structure, or the three-part exchange, is the most common arrangement of conversation you will find in many classrooms across Australia. This particular assembly reinforces the power and authority of the teacher in the discussion, which leads to the belief that there are political, interpersonal, ideological, and cultural positionings that believe talk practices are never fair. In Red K, the teacher has put in place a system where the students take turn in expressing their opinions or answers for what is being discussed, one after the other without a raise of hands. She also has a chart in her room that expresses how loud they are being and what level is suitable. In classrooms, research has indicated that teachers initiate most of the questions, which is seen as a communicative right that is generally set aside for the teacher. However, through the questioning of the teacher, students learn what is important as they are directed to the topic or focus of the lesson.